Hey, welcome to Start Day One. We are now live. We are at a fundraiser at the Garden State Distillery right now, and we have Carl Pralzer as our first guest. Um, Wanted to let you know we're at Garden State downtown Toms River, New Jersey right now, and we just got started. A couple of people here already, and all night long we're actually going to be showing you our progress. And so far, there's not even that many people yet, and we're already raising some money
I just
here.
got another $10.
And we just got another $10. Thank you, thank you, thank you guys. Appreciate it. So if you guys want to come down here, it's going to be a good time. Like if you haven't been down here at the Garden State Distillery, it's such an awesome vibe. Like they have the outdoors open. We're probably going to do a tour of the distillery later on, and you'll be able to see kind of how it's made and all that stuff. We're also going to be um, interviewing the founder, owner of the Garden State Distillery, and some of the staff, just to kind of talk about mental health and stuff. And yeah, so I hope people that are on here, the reason we are even doing this is for Start Day One, right? It's a nonprofit foundation for mental health and suicide prevention. We just have a very proactive approach when we help people. A lot of organizations and basically society as a whole, we're just being too reactive and waiting for mental health issues and suicidal tendencies. And any kind of prevention, whether it's diabetes, obesity, requires a proactive approach. You don't start telling someone to stop eating sugar when they get diabetes. You tell them way before to prevent it. And so that's what we need to do, and that's what we're trying to do. And we raise funds to send speakers out to different venues, provide life coaching services that are affordable to get more people involved. So that's really just more proactive. And yeah, so I'm here with Carl. We're just gonna kind of yap about, mental health in general. So what's up, dude? Thanks for coming here, man.
Jack, thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely.
This is an awesome place. I've lived in Toms River my whole life, and this place has been open. Haven't had a chance to come down till today.
Yeah,
right downtown, and then they're gonna open up the outside. They're gonna close down the block, and it's gonna be like an outside party starting at 4 or something.
Yeah, dude. In a little bit, we're gonna twist the camera a little bit and just kind of show what's going on in here. Bar is really cool. It's like I think it's not even a year old yet, right? They opened up in March, and then what do you call it? COVID hit, and they had to close down. Like after a month, they were just open, so they closed the shit down. And now they're open up and freaking what up? And so now it's just actually like the most happening place right now in Toms River.
Yeah, a couple of friends, they had their I guess it was a kind of grand opening release party for their new Kentucky bourbon, and a bunch of people I knew came down here for the white party. Oh, I had it. It's smooth, it's delicious. I usually drink my bourbon neat, and it's like a perfect room temperature. It's not warm, doesn't have that bitter taste.
Yeah.
Or that you don't really taste the sour mash you usually do with a Kentucky bourbon. It's very smooth. A little bit too smooth.
That's funny as hell. So I don't know.
I want to donate $100. So let's do that.
Hey, Kristen, we've got another donation straight from Carl over here. Everyone, so if you text GSD to 44321, you can actually donate, and we'll actually show you how we're doing. And we're about to add another one from Carl over here.
They don't know how to do it.
So, which is really cool.
They don't know how to do it.
What's that?
Except they don't know how to do it.
All right, we're gonna put that up. But yeah, if you're not doing anything today, definitely come down to the Garden State Distillery in downtown Toms River. We're fundraising all
right
day,
next to
all
Capone's
night.
on Washington Street, Maine.
Was it Capone? It's by Capone's, Water Street and Maine.
Washington Street.
Washington Street and Maine. There you go. And yeah, we're going to be going all day, all night. So check out the tour of the distillery later. We're going to be interviewing different people. We're going to interview the founder of the distillery. We also have one of the investors in the distillery. So we're going to talk about that. And yeah, in a little bit, we're just going to talk just generally about mental health and, what people think. So what do you think so far? I don't know. We've done a couple of different discussions. Oh, we're actually going to be doing something. So I don't know. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Okay, so He actually works at Bloomberg, and he actually invited us to be able to discuss the subject of mental health on one of their like open group.
It's like an open forum for our internal employees. So we got a couple of nonprofits that we're going to be doing like an internal conversation on just mental health and suicide prevention this Monday. And it's a lot about what signs to look for and how to help people and be proactive to recognize when somebody might be struggling with mental health. Bloomberg LP, they've been wonderful what they've been doing for the employees, 100% what they do for it. They have a diversity and inclusion group, and the amount of work they do and really help provide for employees is, I've never heard of another big company really being so proactive for it, especially during the whole COVID. They recognize about how everybody individual is going to react differently to what's going on.
Yeah.
Especially you have people that are really worried about isolation and everything and being trapped in their own minds and everything.
Yeah.
So what with this whole pandemic, they had to struggle not only juggling their work, then being at home, being able to work. Some people not being able to work because they got laid off or furloughed and stuff, and they got their family stuff. This is all extra stuff that's being pressured on people. And then when they're sitting at home with their own demons, and that's really what it is. And if they don't know who to talk to, and I think that's what's really helped, not only within Bloomberg, but with Start Day One, Food Clothing Line, and other organizations, is that people are being able to start talking about it. So
more open.
So people can be more
comfortable.
Be more reactive to get help and ask those questions and to really change their perspective.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
And that's the thing. It's because the difference is, right, when obesity, physical health, you can actually see. So it tells you like, oh fuck, I gotta go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
Mental health is so hard. That's why people end up. No one plans on being suicidal. Like all of a sudden you're just there, but it takes a while. Just like obesity, you don't all of a sudden become 500 pounds. It takes a while, but how the hell did you end up there, right? And it's even more obvious with physical health, but with mental health, it's like you don't realize how far you're going down until you're already down, and you're like, how the fuck did I get here?
It's the invisible demon that nobody realizes. So
it's hard.
The same thing if we're like smoking and stuff like that. People are like, you don't see the damage because it's inside that you're doing to your body.
Right.
So you don't, it's fine.
Right.
But like you said, if it's physical and visible, then that's when people start making, I think, more change and they be more proactive to those changes.
Right.
The same thing like we've talked about, like injuries. Instead of like one body, one health is everything, including your mind.
Yeah.
But if you're not physically fit, or if you break a bone or have an injury or something like that, it's visibly, people can see it, so people will ask for that.
Yeah,
and I think that's a lot of things. If you recognize that people are struggling, say something, ask the question, but don't just be like, hey, how you doing? As I don't know if it's just mostly New Jerseyans that do it. They're like, hey, what's up? How's it going?
Yeah.
But they really don't care. That's just like how you say hello.
And that's the reason. So on our fundraising event here, right? What we try to do is we always bring out the color teal, and all as a theme. So there's a reason for that, because we've come up with an acronym for the word TEAL that reminds people what you need to give to help in suicide prevention or just mental health issues. Basically, it stands for what you can give, right? So it stands for time, effort, attention, and love. So every time you see the color teal, it just kind of reminds you, like, don't wait for mental health issues or for your kid to be depressed or for your friend to be, lost. You got to provide teal before that even happens. You have to be proactive. Keep giving it, like, give them love. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing at the distillery all day. We're just kind of talking to different people, inspiring people, motivating them a little bit. It's like, it's really a proactive approach, because we're going to see so many people today. You can't predict which one needed help.
Yeah.
I always assume, like, dude, everyone needs teal. Who doesn't? I need it too. Like, who the hell does it? So we just kind of talk to everyone, like, just discussing mental health and just kind of anything that's really inspiring and helpful, and really the shift in perspective. And then that's it. Because every book you read, every movie, the ones that really kind of help you change your ways and stuff like that, nothing changed. You didn't take a magic pill all of a sudden, like, hey, dude, I'm good, I'm happy. All it does, it changes your perspective, and then all your decisions will automatically follow. Like fucking automatic. Like the only reason you need inspiration is to shift your perspective. When you think like I'm a loser, I'm not
it's
gonna.
your train of thought you have to change
Yeah.
and everything. Like
Yeah.
you see the word of perspective. So to see how the world is and how the world may be attacking you and stuff like that. Instead of that, changing it the way that you feel about yourself by, like you said, obesity. So to prevent that, like, or take away sugars or take away fast food and eat healthy, but you need to have healthy people in your environment.
Right. We're talking about the mental diet.
Yeah, to take that mental diet, those negative people that every time you realize that you talk to them, you get upset or you get angry, you get anxious.
Right.
For some reason or another, you're trying to impress some people for this, or that person is so mean or damaged themselves that they probably need help themselves. They construe that on you.
Right.
And then you start taking on that stuff, and then you start bringing yourself down. You need to separate yourself from those people. And I know it could be hard if they are family members or somebody that you consider a friend that you've been for a long time, but you have to change that perspective because there's only one person that's going to look out for you in the world, and that's you yourself.
Yeah.
So you got to understand to change not only your physical diet, but also your mental diet of who the people you are around that help just promote positivity, because I always think positive thought becomes positive results.
Yeah, we're going to be talking with this one dude, Brian, today. This guy's just full of fucking positivity. It's insane. Like, I just went camping with him like this past weekend, and you know, we're just kind of discussing. I told him like, "Yo, man, like, you just represented it right, dude." You know. So you'll get to meet him later on. So we're gonna be just talking to random people, talking about mental health, and just really discussing it. I'm just hoping whoever's watching, you know, one, to come down here at the distillery. You know, if you're watching right now, please like start a watch party and just kind of spread the love a little bit, give a little TEAL, you know.
Put like questions or comments in it.
So yeah, you can actually write comments in here too, I hope. Oh, this didn't go through, no way. No, I thought we were going through their live thing. Sorry about that, I got a squirrel, you know. So. But yeah, actually, like, since it's still early, you know what, let's get up over there. Let's turn the camera this way. So we're gonna actually show you what's going on in here. Since it's still a little bit early. Look at my stuff. There we go. There we go. So we're out over here. You can see. I don't know what you can see. So we're at the distillery right now. Got some people. We got Chris in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what you see. Can you see?
You can see that. That's what you see.
Oh, sick. There we are. Oh, that's delayed though. So this one, so we have all the staff members kind of rocking out our gear and stuff here. This Kellyanne, by the way. So say hello over there. You.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. So Kellyanne over here she was actually asking about, you know, what the start day one was about and stuff like that. So it was really cool, you know, like what they're doing. So everyone's just kind of helping out, going for the fundraising and stuff like that. And so this is Brittany over here. I don't know if we're in. All right, sweet. So she's managing the distillery right now. As you can see, they're kind of busy. So we're like, we didn't want to take them away, but we'll be talking to them for a little bit. And yeah, so it's really cool. Later on, we're going to see if we can actually take a tour of the distillery, and we'll show you guys what the hell's going on in the back, how they're making this stuff. It's really good. Actually, while we're on, we're going to order. I'm going old fashioned, I think. You want to order anything?
I'll take an old fashioned.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go old fashioned a little bit. Let's see. I think we're going to order. Can I get the old fashioned?
Sure.
2, please.
So come on down and support Garden State Distillery. You'll also be supporting, you know, the downtown businesses over here. We got Anthony, what's going on?
Hey,
sorry. How's it going? Yeah, how's it going? It's Dan here. Hey, Mr. Gags, how's it going? It's Mr. Gags over here. So we're going live right now. So a lot of supporters are going to be out today. So definitely go to the distillery, man. It's going to be awesome. It's early, and we already got people coming around. So yeah, definitely come visit us.
Sun's starting to come out.
Yeah, the sun will come out.
The sun is out at 73 degrees. nice. It's like,
Right? It is nice right now. It is really nice right now. So we got some apparel for you guys. We got some wristbands.
So how much
like that.
every time apparel is going towards the foundation?
So, well, the apparel, we have Start Day 1 apparel. So that 100% goes to Start Day 1. What's awesome is the Garden State Distillery is actually providing 20% of everything that happens today, of all their sales towards Start Day 1. Like, that's awesome.
That's huge.
That's going to be able to give us, like, freaking provide free services that we can get speakers to go to different high schools, or even if it's online. Life coaching services are going to be more affordable, so we can, proactively help people out while, they're having issues or trying to achieve a goal.
Especially with school, it's a lot different for kids, and especially what they're going through, because we were with how social media is and the attacking on it, and them having to deal with that mental health strain, and then adding in the COVID. Yeah. Now they have to learn from home. Sometimes they might be in a bad home environment, and their escape was only school. So now they don't have that. Yeah. So they could be stuck in that bad environment.
And sometimes they don't want to talk to people at school, dude. Oh, you! Look at that. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, you got yours.
Boom.
Thank you.
I know.
What's up?
I did his thing, but it's not showing it anywhere. So I don't know if it actually works.
What is showing nothing? Sorry, because we're live, I kind of have to do some shit. Well, I don't know what happened.
So I went to this thing.
You'll see behind the scenes.
And then when husband and wife work together, it causes mental stress.
And I went to donate.
You went through that?
I went through this.
Yeah.
And I put his credit card in, and then
Let's give Lively though.
Oh, I don't know how else to.
It doesn't go through ours.
Well, how else do I take? So how do I find out if it went through?
I don't know.
I can pull it up on my app.
It has to say
it went through.
It didn't. It just kept blinking out. So I want to.
I don't know.
You can check and see if it went through.
You're gonna have to figure that out.
We'll find out how much I donated.
Yeah. So come on down.
It's not working. It's not working.
Enjoy.
I only did it once.
Enjoy some drinks down here. I really want to just bring that freaking laptop and camera and kind of go at the bar while it's not so busy, right? Probably should we try that?
I don't know. The bar's pretty full right now. We can't really sit. It's supposed to be 6.
Oh, little,
it's supposed to be 6.
Little split, little.
It's supposed to be 6.
Oh, that's right. 6 feet. 6 feet. 6 feet. 6 feet rule.
So get Lively. Should that show up on the thing?
Nope, because you didn't go through the event one. Because you didn't ask me.
You said just do it. So
Oh no, it's because I was going live. Bring it back over here. I'm like, it's because I was going live.
That's the only way I know how to do donate. I don't
Yeah,
know
no.
how to do it.
Just check it out the outside. See merch
you
all
just
around.
text GSD. It would have brought you there, but
Look at our cameraman.
yeah. So later on, the outside is going to be full of just people. All these cars are going to be gone. It starts at 5 o'clock, I think, when they start really.
4:30. I think the cars
people.
have to be gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that whole street is going to just be full of tables and people. So it's not open right now. It starts at 5 o'clock. There's free parking at the back of the library. There's parking back out there. Yeah, you should definitely come out here, dude. It's going to be so fun. And it's one of the best places right now to hang out at.
Yeah,
What's that?
Outdoor bar is open too.
Yeah, the outdoor bar. You can drink outside, walk the streets like Georgia style. It's awesome.
And of course, what Jack said, the color for Start Day 1 is teal. So if you want to represent, you got some teal clothing.
Yeah, we got some wristbands for you here. We've got some T-shirts, as you can see, and we're helped. Oh wait, I don't have the apparel for today. We got this one right here, little Garden State Distillery representing. Fuki clothing underneath there. So representing teal all day, all night, all day, all night. So come on down, downtown Tom's Riv. Excuse me, guys.
So since the event is, I believe we're 100% live for hours. I'm not a radio host or anything like that, so I don't know how to fill air. Like,
I just play one on TV.
I don't know how to fill airtime like I usually hear when I listen to sports radio. I don't know
So,
if the towel
well,
off
the
to get to
best
the next
way
segment
is
or anything.
we start talking about a subject. Well, one of the things, like, why don't you tell them how the hell did we meet?
So Jack and I met. I first came back from the service in '05. So it was probably around right around '05 or '06. You had the store in Seaside, or not even before that.
No, we met way before that. Let me go in there real quick.
Yeah, because you were friends with my brother, Adam, first.
Yeah.
And then I came back.
Dude, it's so funny. You know how I met Adam?
No.
So this is funny shit.
Hold on just 1 second.
Yeah,
I need to.
Hey, going for a refill. So when I first met Adam, I was actually working at the Seaside Heights boardwalk, the beach. Basically, you would pay me to get onto the beach, you know? And I would just see kids. Every time I see like people surfing or whatever, I'm like, free, dude. I would just hook them up. I'm like, dude, just make sure you don't go up anywhere else because they're going to just, kick you off. So I'm just like, just come down mine, dude. So I would hook them up for free all the time. So kids started hanging out around me and this and that. And then your brother came around and started, do my clothing work. I'm in this little booth with a laptop working on my business, dude, while I'm working. It's so funny. But anyway, he comes back and he's like, yo, this is really cool, man. Like what you're doing and this with the clothing. And then that's how he got that tattoo.
He's got a tattoo on his shoulder.
He actually had the tattoo.
He's got the saying, I think, across his chest.
No, across the logo.
His back, yeah.
So he's got it on his shoulder, right shoulder, I think. So
we can't really see it anymore because he's so much older. He's got like a werewolf back now.
That's right. That's what brothers are for. So there's actually a logo, and it says our motto on there: live life without regret and accept challenges worth the risk. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you know how you guys know how we came up with the motto and everything? Do you really?
I do.
Oh, sick.
But I don't know if they do.
All right. So this is how we came up with that mission statement. When I first started, I was straight up just out of college. It was just more about enjoying life, right? But I knew eventually, I was like, is this going to be something I'm proud of? Like, I get it. Fuki clothing. I'm trying to make you say fuck it more. But I was more in party mode. It was more about accepting the challenge is worth the risk, right? Because you're young, so you don't really think of regrets when you're young. Like, what do you regret? Not much. You only really truly get that as you get older. And one of the things I saw is like, dude, I really need, because I was showing online partying. I was doing the campus tours, right?
The campus tours. And then the Warped Tour tours.
Yeah, the Warped Tour. We were spray painting people like.
I don't even know how it was not legal.
Yeah, just putting this on kids like
spray paint, not safe body paint. Like we would go to the hardware store and get like neon green, pink, or whatever would stand out. Cut out the template, and people would come over like everywhere. We had people like spray paint everything. Like we would literally put the template on it and spray paint people. Like it was insane.
Yeah, it was so funny,
but
dude.
Just the message was there. Like the kids were just living life. Like they were at a concert, hanging out, partying and stuff like that. But I think it hit a lot of younger generation than my generation. Like my brother, he's 4 years younger than me, so I think it hit his generation, Brian's generation, a little bit more of actually like understanding. Because I was away when I was in the service. I was in Iraq when my brother Adam and Jack met. So I think it hit a little different in the way the world was going at the time. Post 9/11, we're in wars left and right. They have to do this, this, and this. So I think it was like that was kind of like the changing of the guard for the way society was. Like it was right in between there. Like everybody says like millenniums and stuff like that, but I think it was even before that.
Like it was so funny. So anyway, I was younger, right? So I'm just like, dude, what does my brand actually stand for? Like what is it? And I was in action sports. I used to skate, I would surf, I snowboard and stuff like that. So automatically you kind of stick around that, right? And so, people are like, oh, you just want the apparel, and it becomes, well, that's what I'm surrounded with, so that's where I'm gonna promote my stuff. But I started realizing like I need to know what it's about more. So one of the ways I did that is like I analyzed why do we say the phrase "fuck it" anyway? Like why the fuck do we say that, right? At first, I thought when I was talking to my friend Roger Mazzella, I would go, dude, I know it's something about taking the risk. Like, you know, it's something about regrets. Either way, it's an act of moving forward. So the first thing we came up with, like, you know, I know it's live life without regret. You know, something in that form. You know, it's like, fuck it. You know, you let it go. So live life without regret. So that happened. And the next step was, I knew it was something about something worth the risk. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. Like when you go after the charge on a wave, when you launch and freaking ollie over stairs, you know, you just get amped up kind of thing. Or even starting your own business, right? So it was just about the risk. And I said, you know, take challenges or whatever. And then my friend goes, dude, it's accept the challenges worth the risk. And I'm like, why? Because the challenges are set in front of you, but it's still up to you to accept it or not. And when you accept it is when you actually say, fuck it. I was like, yeah. I was like, dude, you're right. You're right. So I'm just like, all right. And then that's when we figured out, as soon as we came up with that mission, the way people look at fuck it, you know, people would say fuck it. I never really stopped them because it reminds them. I wanted them to say fuck it more. And it just changed. People are like, oh my God, I love what you're about, this, that. Because we were more just a website before, not a clothing line. But after a while, I saw that when you wear the clothing, it's empowering.
It is. It is. Like, especially with it, because a lot of people don't realize the umlauts are above it.
Yeah.
Or then in German they're called umlauts. What are they called?
Umlaut.
Yeah. So umlauts. Yeah. So they don't realize it. So they always like, fuck it. That's very inappropriate. How do you wear this? And then it's also it's a conversation starter. That way, you start saying what it's about and the meaning behind it.
It actually
then usually the person's like, oh, you're right. Fuck it. And then they go off. I've seen it, and we've had grown men, adults, women that first started with it saying, this is terrible. Like, how do you do that? How do you wear that? It's so inappropriate and stuff like that. This is obviously before the WAP song.
No, but you know what's funny? Is when I tell people, like, no, it's Fuka clothing. And they're like, no, it isn't. And I'm like, dude, it's Fuka clothing. You know, when they say they think it's potentially offensive. And I'm like, well, you're pronouncing it wrong. That's why. It's only offensive when you pronounce it wrong. And I already told you how it's pronounced, but you're doing it deliberately. So when they're very adamant when telling me it's fuck it, I'm just like, dude, sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Not stuff it. Yeah. You do know it's Superman, right? Not Superman. Like, you need two freaking consonants in the middle. Donations have begun. So we have our donation cup over here. Let's see where we're at with our.
Have them smoke it.
Let's see where we're at with our donations here. Hold on. We're actually already making some progress in our donation, which is kind of sick. And we're going to keep showing it to you guys.
That's not right.
What's going on? A little refresh on that. Let's see what's going on. We are at... Hey! 450. That's what's up. Yo, text GSD to 44321. You know, help support our cause.
Think about that. $5, $1, 50 cents, $10, whatever you donate goes 100% to Start Day One, which is literally putting up an organization that helps get people that need help in contact with people, professionals that can help them get past their demons and change their perspective to start their day one of recovery. So, and I think that's what you need to everyone needs to recognize, and that it goes to for the speakers and for everybody that come on and do everything. A lot of them do it out of the good of the heart, but it takes money to put these programs together for these younger kids, for these students, for these middle-aged men, for these struggling at home, working home moms.
We have to be proactive.
Everybody. And you got to think about it. It's not just one group in society. And I think that's a lot of people that don't realize, like, different communities within our society speak about mental health differently. Like the TX community is very strong, broad religious community they don't believe that mental health is a thing. I think they're very similar to the military community and the community where you're
no one's immune.
You're headstrong.
No one's immune.
You're built strong.
You know?
Shouldn't be able to have those. Suck it up. Remember that? Suck it up. It's fine. You'll get over it. Suck it up.
You be all right.
Yeah.
You be all right. And that's the thing.
But I think that the numbers and doctors and everything is shown that it's not, you can't, sometimes some people can't just suck it up. They need to have that conversation with somebody to help them.
You know why they can't just suck it up? Is because it requires a shift in perspective. Because to get better, to be better, and anything else, that growth mindset, it is actually something, what's the word? It has to be intentional. You actually have to make a decision. That's why we emphasize saying fuck it more. The only time you say fuck it is only until after you've already made a decision. The reason we say that is we're confirming to ourselves that we're actually going to follow through and commit to the decision we just made. We don't back out when you say it because you're already fully committed. That's the only reason it even came out. So that's why we emphasize that all the time, because you're never going to make a fucking change. You have to change something for something to change. So until you make that decision, until you're freaking intentional about it, you're never going to get better. You're always going to stay where you're at, no matter what. So that's why we emphasize saying fuck it more. And really, for you to make that decision, I have to change your perspective. And if I can't change your perspective, you will never make that fucking decision. No way. No way. I have to change that first. In any decision you make, let's say you're starting your own business. If you think like, yeah, I just don't have the time right now, and
just
I don't really have the money, your perspective is that, like, I don't think that's me. I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. That's your perspective. But if I can shift that, like, so you don't have like an hour a day, not like that. You don't think you could like get extra income on the side, maybe do this. All of a sudden, your perspective goes, yeah, that's actually possible. Like, I can do that. And so that's how you actually start making that decision. All of a sudden, you're like, shit, you know what? I'm going to start my business tomorrow. Like, I'm going for it. So it's really the perspective that you need to change, because the decisions will never follow. If your perspective is this way, all your decisions will follow that perspective. If your perspective is this way, but keep in fucking mind, your perspective is always shifting. I have startup companies, dude. Sometimes I feel like, oh, totally gonna rule the world, to what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm such a, like, it's not gonna work out. So I would actually end up going this way. And then you have to shift it. That's where inspiration comes from. Or at least that's where you need it. Inspiration shifts your perspective. That's what it does. Thank you so much. So we're about to update that. You should. Let me update that. So we got another fundraising donation over there.
Why don't you set up auto refresh?
Oh no, I have to do it this way. So that's really cool. So thank you to everyone that's already donated. We're already making some progress. I'm going to show you guys what we've done so far. Sorry about this. I'm kind of just going around. So let's see where we're at. And boom. Oh. Hey!
Oh! Sneak attack.
Whoa! What's up, Renee? Cheers! Thank you, Renee Strack. That was a nice surprise. Thank you for donating. We really appreciate it. Renee is actually one of the founders or the investors in the Garden State Distillery. She's also on the board of Start Day One. She's a really caring person, so upbeat and stuff like that. So she might actually be here later. I don't know if you will be. We hope you are, Renee, so we can introduce you, maybe do a quick little interview with you here. That would be really cool. Let's see. Boom. And we're back. So let's talk about Garden State Distillery. So this place.
I don't know much about it, so you got to tell me and tell them.
I know.
about
Actually, I'd like to, we should get the. I wonder if we should get the owner now. I know we're going to be talking to Dan Strack, one of the investors in the distillery. I'm going to talk to him a little bit. You know, kind of what made him start this. I do want to interview Rick, just because I want to know his story.
it. Where's our production assistant?
What's that?
There's our production assistant.
I know, right? I'm like, I wonder if I should just bring this whole gear over there, but I think we should just stay here, right?
No, I think it's good that way, especially since we're live streaming. We don't have to worry about anybody thinking about we're doing something that's not.
What's that? Oh, dude, you know what I can do? Yo, I'm going to send, we can do this. We're going to make this happen for you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to invite,
there's a fly around here.
We're going to invite.
I'm going to fall into it.
Your,
sit in my hair. I'm not
but he won't be able to hear us. Do you have a thing?
Oh, I'm so worried about it. I see the fly flying around.
I think. Oh, you know what I'll do? Actually, so my friend is going to give us a little tour. Our production assistant.
or is it technically he's considered a producer, right?
I would think, right?
I think that's what it is, because you're help producing the show with your technical skills. Yeah.
So the behind the scenes over here at the Garden State Distillery, downtown Tom's River. I'm gonna go reach. Brian, you have what is that?
We're really hoping to see if we can see if a lot of people are actually watching it. If anybody has any comments or questions, post it. It really helps us keep continuing.
Yeah, who's out there? Please comment.
Continue with the contents that you guys want us to talk about. So if there's anything that you want us to answer, if you have any questions about anything, it's a full spectrum. If it's about the distillery, if it's about food and clothing, obviously start day one, suicide prevention, or if we have any tips or even any locations, websites, or anything that you can go to get some more information about mental health and changing its perspective, about helping putting that change into somebody else's brain to get them to start day one.
So I'm gonna try and see if we can have our friend over here give us a nice little tour. My boy Brian Volk. So I'm gonna invite him onto our little cast here, so you can see him. And actually, you know what?
He's got dogs. He's got dogs.
So we're gonna do something improv here, real quick, and so we can get a quick tour because we're kind of stuck here. We can't bring the camera around with us. So here, Brian, if you need this, so you can hear us. I don't think we're gonna be able to hear you. We're not sure. But here, if you need that. Oh, you don't have a thing? Oh, iPhone stuff. All good. But hopefully you can hear us while you're kind of roaming around. So he's gonna roam around a little bit.
Right? Yeah. You should be able to hit that speaker button.
Yeah, did you get the link there? And you just all you have to do is log into that.
Oh, what?
Tell Brian not to spend them if they don't have nothing.
Secret Doctor Trap.
You on Facebook Messenger?
That's allowed. Yeah.
He doesn't want.
He said if there's a lot of people.
Well, I'm talking them.
Oh, staff.
Right.
Oh.
So just to tell. So we are here at the Garden State Distillery. Please come by. There's actually more and more people coming out. We're gonna have our friend give you a quick little tour. We're inviting him in on here so we can actually all see each other. Are you able to connect? All right, we're connecting right now. Let's hope it goes through. We got Kristen over here. My wife Kristen is over here.
Questions or comments, throw it in there.
Hi.
So we can. Is this just YouTube Live, or is it on the Facebook?
It's on Facebook page. We got our YouTube. Yeah, we're pretty much simultaneously going live at different places. Yeah, so please come on down here and get some support, you know. So this is what we're doing. Oh, look at that! Look at that! We're at 527. Sick! Thank you! Thank you. All right, so we're about to show you one of our great supporters. Welcome, Brian Vaughan. Boom! Hey! What's going on? I don't know if you're able to hear him and stuff. So why don't you walk us around a little bit, Brian, and show the crowd a little bit, what's going on in the hood. Let's see what's happening here.
See if we could change this around. Camera.
It's glitching. Is it glitching?
No, there'll be a little delay.
There we
Be a
go.
little delayed.
Yeah, just don't know how to
Swap your camera.
swap the
There
camera.
you go. No, all good.
Here we go.
All right. So he's going live right now. Please send us your comments or questions. So he's going to be cruising around. So we're on the stage area of the Garden State Distillery right now.
All right, there we go.
We've got some people coming in already. So that's really sick. That's awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're coming with you, buddy. Yeah. Oh no, like we're gonna follow you on the film.
You can go.
So why don't you go say hello to the staff members there? Let's see what we see.
Don't
Here
rub
we
the
go.
camera down like that again.
All right, so we've got him roaming around right now,
Bartenders right here.
and we're just gonna basically
We're
do
live streaming with
the
everybody.
voiceover
Right
for
there.
him. Hi, my name is. And there he goes. It's kind of choppy. I don't know what's up with that.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be a little delay. He's running. He's running.
He's running.
He's good. Check
So
it out.
there's
Just
Brittany
show-
over there. We
just
got
check it out. The whole place. There's plenty of room. Obviously, social distancing. There's plenty of booths and everything.
how's the volume? How's the microphone working out for the people watching? Are you guys
Say hello,
able
Brittany.
to actually hear us okay? So that's Brittany. She's one of the managers of the distillery here.
We're doing well.
Look, got her teal apparel on. I love it.
Got everybody
So
over
this is
here.
the back of the old Jimmy C's, if anybody remembers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now there's a picture of some bourbon,
Some of the bourbon they make. I love it. I love it.
and that's the rum.
Kentucky's super good.
I haven't had the rum yet. I'm very big in pirates, so I don't like the rum because then I always drink too much of it.
You turn into a pirate?
I turn into a pirate, throw an eye patch on, I start limping like I got a peg leg.
Kid, what's up, kid?
So this kid,
Have you tried that?
white rum.
That's awesome. They are making some great drinks here.
And everything's distilled in house.
Here's
It's
Brittany
amazing.
making one
Yeah,
of
we're
her
gonna have
drinks.
someone talk about the, how they're making all this stuff. I want to do a tour back there. I want to get Brian to maybe do a tour in the
Well,
back.
this place is
Yeah,
outside.
that-
Like, yeah,
how's that
they're
goes?
setting up, getting ready to set up
wanna-
the outside. Like
that's
December's
where the
gonna be the
magic
outside
happens.
party.
Yeah.
There's an outside bar. They shut down the whole thing
Oh.
after.
Uh-huh.
Forget the Mug
Um,
Street.
I didn't wanna-
It's the one that's got
Okay.
Uncle Dude's
Can you
Donuts
move it
on,
that
where the
way?
firehouse is downtown after the library. So right there on Washington
Yeah.
Street to Main Street, they shut it down. No cars, block it off. Tables for all the downtown food and the food. And then this is I don't think anything else has liquor downtown, right?
There he is.
Brewery, that's it.
And then the brewery.
Yeah,
and
we have the
distillery.
brewery. So we're actually
So-
hoping that next time we do this event, we work with the whole neighborhood here and get everyone involved. You know, I think there's gonna be this kind of a test run. Yeah.
Little bars that I'm outside.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so there
hey,
is.
what's
Just
going
check out the
on?
outside
Yeah,
bar.
check that out. So they also have an outside bar. So that's what's cool down here. You can actually just start drinking on the street. They actually close up the entire street so that you can go on. If you're watching this, hey! So different angles for you guys. So if you are not doing anything, definitely come downtown, help support the cause.
And help support your local community. by
Yeah,
coming
because
down.
Garden State is actually donating 20% of everything they make today towards our cause, which is freaking rad. Like, that's awesome. And we got Brian, your photography outdoors right now. So he's doing some videography outside. What's going on? So, yeah, that's awesome. So if you can see the street, like, it's going to be, like, cleared out. There's going to be tables everywhere.
I set up tents.
And set up
everything,
tents.
Just in case the weather.
Yeah, there's gonna be tables, and you can just drink and walk and visit.
And
dogs
eat.
and
You can puppies. There's actually different restaurants in the area, so you can get some great food. and it's really cool. If you haven't been down here yet, dude, definitely come down. And if you can, please start a watch party so we can get more people to see us live. We're going to be interviewing different people on here and just kind of doing our thing, you know, raising some funds, getting the charity going. Where's Brian at now? I don't even know where he is. I love it. Yeah, there he is. Hey, Brian, can you hear us clearly over there?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Nice. We can hear him because maybe we could put those on so I can actually hear what he's
We're trying to get one car out of here.
Boys and girls, I have to leave for a little bit. I have to go home and let the dog out and feed the dogs.
Oh, wow. It's already that time.
It's almost 5.
All right.
So if I go home, I want to be back here when it's busy. Not now.
All right. See you soon.
Bye.
Everyone that's watching, please set it up. Wait, did you take the charger? Sorry.
Live streaming.
That's our friend Gary. Hey, that's our friend Gary. So we're gonna be doing some stuff with Gary later on. You know, brewery. We're gonna represent at the brewery. Come downtown. We're gonna do a little fundraiser there one time. He's a really good dude. I've known him since I don't know, probably elementary. Cedar Grove. Yeah, Cedar Grove, Tom's River. And I love I love what you're doing there, Brian, showing our goods. There you go. That's what it's all about. So text GSD to 44321 to donate. Makes it really easy. It goes towards Start Day 1. And we're just really raising funds to be able to help people more proactively by creating content like this, different things to help inspire people, and really getting people, to help proactively. Life coaching services, sending speakers to high schools, colleges, military bases, and stuff like that. That's really what our goal is, because everyone is being so reactive, and the only time they actually get someone to come to their venue or high school or something, the only time they go there is, or the only time they call is when they have an incident that freaking happens. And that's just, why are you waiting for that? You have to be more proactive and really go out there. And our next guest.
Hello.
So this is Brian. And he's actually one of the most freaking upbeat dudes that I know. And we were actually talking about this. We just went camping.
We did.
And we were talking about this. And I'm like, dude, you're just like, I feel like you really have such a great mindset. And, one of the things that we talked about, he was just like, yeah, it's a waste of my time, dude. Which is awesome, because he actually filters out like the negative shit and the positive stuff. He's like, what were we saying? Like, there's nothing I can do about it.
There's nothing you can change about it. You're just going to go through it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
How's your mindset? Like, what the fuck goes through your mind? Like, how do you give us a little bit of how your mindset is.
I don't let the opinions of other people change the way I'm going to live my life. Basically, what I was saying about not being able to change things, certain things you can't change in a day. You have to just embrace
bring
it.
your mic up here.
Oh, this guy?
This thing, yeah. Just to make sure it doesn't get cut off. Yeah.
So, basically, if you're not going to be able to change something, just work around it. That's going to be your game plan. You're going to have to work around that. You're going to have to just set your goal around that. And, hey, listen, you might have to work a little bit harder. It might be a different level that you want to go to, but guess what? Life doesn't get easier.
Right.
It gets harder. When it gets harder, you just have a game set. You have to have a work plan, what you're going to do.
Yeah, and what's funny is, you know what I've learned, dude? When people get really depressed or just in a bad place, a lot of times it's not because what you see from, it's not necessarily what you see from your past that really fucks you up. It's what you can't see in your future. For example, when something happens to you, his mindset is so good that he's able to shift and his blueprint, because his plan was this way, but something happened and it's no longer going to go this way. So he goes, well, I guess I'll go this way then. When people can't make that shift, that's when they get into trouble. They can't accept that there's going to be a
have your own
different
expectation. Your expectation is what you're looking at. You're like, oh man, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And then you just set yourself down. You're like,
so right.
And that's where you stop yourself.
Yeah.
You don't stop yourself at that expectation if you can't reach it. You just find a different route.
Yeah. Expectations actually create frustration. That's where frustration comes from. Because you expected this, didn't happen.
Like when we were off-roading.
Yeah.
You're trying to go over one rock. Guess what? You can't go over there. Back up.
Right.
Find a different angle. And you go up that way.
Right. And that's the key. You always have to kind of shift your perspective. You have to be able to shift your blueprint. For example, when people, relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you had your mindset and like, oh, this is what's going to be, because you foresee like what your future is going to be.
Yeah.
But after the breakup, all of a sudden, that's not going to happen anymore. Completely different future. And what fucks people up is, I'm never going to find someone. And it's because they're so stuck on one freaking perspective of their life, and that they can't shift to a different future self. You know what I mean? Like, what did you see, like, after your breakups? What did you think of? Like, what made you get through it? I mean, obviously, it's hard in the beginning.
You can't change it. It'll never go back to the original. So guess what? You got a new outlook on life. You got a new way to live your life.
Yeah.
You just start over. Something that was holding you back. Now, guess what? You have a whole new life to start. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Clean slate. Start wherever you want. Do whatever you want.
That's true. That's true. And so that kind of mindset is like, that's healthy.
Live your life one day at a time. You don't have to look into the future. Don't plan certain things. Don't set like landmarks like, oh, by this I have to do that. By this guess what? It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, the most successful people, the reason they're so successful is because they have a very flexible mindset. They can shift. They can go like, it doesn't have to be this way. It can be this way. And what trauma does, it actually stops that. It gives you a fixated mindset that there's only one mindset. That's it. Oh, no, that's the way it's going to be. It can never change. It can never change. And when you have a freaking mindset like that, we're like, all right, I guess it's not going to work out with that girl. Like, it's not gonna, right? I guess that's not working out. Like,
on to the next one.
Yeah. What he meant was, that's great. No, but it's awesome though. Like, so, and it's funny, like, this is a smiley dude, right? He's actually a police officer. And we've met a lot of officers that are like, I mean, they're stressed out. Yeah. Like, you guys, I mean, I've met different officers where this one guy actually, he's like, the only reason I'm still here is I couldn't find the bullets. He had the gun. He was ready to go. He goes, I couldn't find the bullets. And then he goes, I shit you not, after like a kind of, release or whatever, he goes, I found the damn bullets afterwards, but he was already over it.
Yeah.
But if he had found those damn bullets, he wouldn't be here today. But anyway, a lot of police officers go through it. So what the hell is your secret? Like, what makes you freaking just kind of handle shit?
Just leave work at home, or leave work at work. When you come home, look at it as just as a job. I mean, yeah, you can't just look at it as a job, it's a lifestyle, but look at it as a job, because if you bring that stress, if you bring that mindset home, it changes everything.
That's true.
You can't be 110. You can't be full throttle the whole entire time. When you go home and you're up there,
that's actually a great advice.
Yeah,
because
you have to turn it off.
Yeah, you know what's funny? What I love about friends, right? My business side is so different. The startup realm, all that stuff. I don't really talk to my friends about that shit. But when it's time to hang with friends, it's completely different realm. Like when we went camping. Yeah. I mean, dude, it was just like, I didn't talk to you about startups and our freaking go-to-market strategies and all that. Like, I don't talk about that. We
talked about Bojangles, and the first time you had Bojangles.
Bojangles. We went to Bojangles. Oh, what happened there? What happened? I don't know. Why did we lose video? Sorry, guys, we lost video. I don't know what's happening.
Probably timed out.
Yeah, I think something like timed out before. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the internet.
So what are we
Is
on?
everyone hearing us okay out there? Yeah, it looks like we're still here. We have a comment over here, so it looks like it's still going. I'm watching as I'm walking. I'm not sure who. Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Oh, that wasn't you? I'm not sure who that is. I'm watching as I'm walking. Thank you so much. I don't know who that is.
It says start day one.
But I didn't write that.
Did Kristen?
Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe that was Kristen. Oh, wait. So we have a new guest coming in. This is Daniel Strack. And I see he's already coming on here. So hopefully we can hear you. Where's my bag? I want to make sure I'm able to hear you, Dan. Let's see. So he's actually one of the investors in the Garden State Distillery. Actually, let me see first if I can hear you without the headphones. But let me just fix some stuff here real quick. Anyway, one of the investors here, and I kind of want to just ask him, like, what made him do that? And his wife is actually one of the board of directors on Start Day One, so that's really awesome. So I love that how we're kind of all helping each other out, getting this done. So it looks like that's what's off. I don't know if it's unplugged or something's off over there. Sorry about that, everybody. We're just trying to figure out our streaming situation here. Somehow it's all getting jacked up. How come there's nothing on there? I don't know what's going on. I think
technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're getting some technical difficulties right now on our side here. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening. Let's see. This one looks like it's good, right? Yeah, it looks like we're still live, so I don't know what's going on the other side. How's Facebook going?
We got Renee that can still hear us.
Oh, yeah? Oh, cool. So we are being heard, so that's cool. Thanks, Renee. So we're about to get on here, and I want to make sure that I can actually hear. I wonder if I'll be able to hear you, Dan. So everyone, this is Daniel Strack, and boom.
There he is.
There he is. All the way from, where are you at? New York? Hold on, I'm going to try to see if I can hear you, buddy. Oh, I heard you a little bit. Hold on.
You hear me?
There you are. Yep, I can hear you.
All right.
So how's it going out there?
It's good. We've been harvesting our hemp farm. You hear me?
Yeah, it's in and out a little bit, but I can hear you. So they're doing their hemp farm right now. So
right,
is that his
we
hemp?
We have greenhouse.
Nice.
This is hemp hanging up behind us.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful
What?
flower.
That's crazy. That is so crazy. Look at that. Is that his hemp farm right now? Up in, where is it? New York, right?
Yeah, upstate New York, right outside.
Nice. How's everything going up there? Like
audio feedback. It's busy.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's all good. So now we're just really spending time harvesting and hanging to dry.
You're connected again.
Oh, wow. So hold on, we just have to take care of something. I don't know why it's got to be on that side. I don't know if it's the Chromecast or something. Something is not streaming on our live TV going on over here at the event itself. So we're actually live streaming on the TV at the event, and right now nothing is showing. So let me just make sure we can take care of that. I don't know. Actually, don't know why it's not showing. Let me see. Hold on. The video is not available for remote playback. What? I think it.
Ready to watch YouTube.
I think
YouTube's
the
on there.
internet somehow just like clicked off or something, but it's still not showing live.
We're good.
Oh, sick! All right, awesome. And we're good again.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So it looks like we're back on here. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear us clearly?
I hear you great.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so tell us a little bit, how this Garden State Distillery happened. Like,
yeah, so many moons ago, I helped Jamie and Laviola over at Jamie's Food and Drink turn that from Echo to Jamie's, what you know it now.
okay.
And I was sort of his financial partner. And at the time, Rick Norman started working over there. We became friends. And
Okay.
about 3 years ago, Rick hit me and said, "Look, I've got this idea about this distillery that I'd love to put together." And we really thought the main differentiator, most distilleries, craft distilleries, they go out and buy range of spirits from other distilleries that are essentially ethanol. And then you run that through your still and make your vodka and your gin. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what we really wanted to do was be differentiated, and really, instead of really franchising ourselves, we thought about it more. What if we could go state by state and really be hyper local? So not only do we take corn and go straight from the grains to the glass, we actually make sure we partner with New Jersey farmers. So it's New Jersey corn going through everything in those bottles really comes from New Jersey, as much as we can possibly help it. The exception right now is the Kentucky bourbon. That's an aged bourbon whiskey out of Indiana, and we blend and proof it down in our distillery. So it's bottled there, but that's the only thing that we don't make really from scratch. And we'd like to open up an Empire State Distillery and a Diamond State Distillery, and keep that trend going. So that's sort of the long-term.
I love it. Yeah, I love it because hyper local, I think right now is just becoming more and more. That's one of the best ways to kind of compete with the Amazons, with the because they can't go hyper local.
We're seeing the same thing across. As you know, I'm involved in a number of different businesses, and we're seeing the same thing in the hemp industry. It's very difficult to differentiate yourself, and you can be a wholesaler to a certain extent, but we need to glom on and really make tentacles in our own communities. And upstate New York here, we really, when we first started, we bought the farm about 1.5 years ago, and we didn't think we'd ever have a retail location at the farm, but we partnered here with our partners at Grow More Farms, where if you're ever in Rochester, Grow More Farms, there's a lot of strawberries and rye, and it's a great place to visit too, both in Rush, New York, and in Henrietta, New York. And they have a retail presence. They are growing our genetics, which you see behind us, so we've got a couple different strains out on their fields, and they're going to start selling some of that stuff and end product in their retail side, and we'll wind up doing the same thing within our greenhouse and building out a retail presence as well. And we think, across all these different industries, I think hyper local, you just have to build real brand awareness.
So what finally won you to go I love what Garden State Distillery is that how they kind of put out? I know their motto is grown here, made here, and I love that because it's that that local support, that local community kind of banding together and hey, let's support local. What kind of won you over and said I think I really need to invest in this? What got you?
Well, Rick was really looking for a partner, and we've got a couple of other smaller investors, and Rick and I we're the managing partners. It's really Rick's brainchild, and Rick is one of these guys that, as you get to know him, he just does nothing but impress people. His thoughtfulness around business and things he doesn't know, and self-awareness is he really makes him a great partner. So partnering up with him was one of the obvious things that I definitely wanted to do. And I think the distillery is a sort of fun project, but I think it has real long-term legs, especially when we think about this hyper-local state-by-state template. And I think, just like we do at Clear Safe Labs or Clear Safe Greenhouses with our hemp business, we're about transparency, honesty, audit trail, making sure you know where all your ingredients come from, and that really percolates across all my businesses. And Rick was really right at that same exact idea. Hyper-local, be transparent, talk about how you do the process, document, and really make sure the end customer really understands where this stuff is coming from.
Wow. So you're actually looking at this as a template for scalability. So you're actually starting out this. Oh, wow. I did not realize that what you guys were up to there. I like where your mind is at. So that is amazing because right now, this is kind of like your test run, basically, right?
It's right. And Tom's River has been an amazing community. They've been incredibly supportive. Obviously we launched in March. which was a pretty difficult time to launch a small business. And you know, I remember Rick called me and said, "Should we pivot and start making hand sanitizer like everybody's doing?" I said, Look, we can donate some of our product if it makes sense, but really we're a distillery. We're going to stick to our core and let's make product, let's manufacture. So that's what we stuck to. And Tom's River really kind of sought us out. And you don't have towns that really help you build your business or at least locate your business. Sometimes you have to fight the town to even open. And it was different in Tom's River. It's a special sort of place in the sense that you know it, you're from there, right? Like, so, you know, they're investing in their downtown, they're putting their money where their mouth is. And you see the results. You know, the fact that they're closing the streets down for us on the weekends and they're going to take that over into next year as well. And they talk about it happening permanently as well. So, you know, we think there's tremendous expansion opportunity both for private events and functions, both in that location that you're in right now, away from the template, you know, going state by state. So we see a lot of growth potential both locally and obviously opening up other locations.
That's awesome. So a lot of the things that we do with our that startup mindset, right, is you always try to get feedback or whatever before you even kind of launch out there. It's that whole the lean startup, right? It's basically what was their thing? Build, measure, learn, right?
Yep.
Now, did you guys start yourself small and tested out the market first and kind of looking at like what kind of response you were getting and then went, you know what, let's go fucking all out on this? Or was it just like faith-based and said like, it sounds like a good idea, let's go for it?
So I think the first thing we and I think one of the reasons that Rick sort of brought me in as a partner is really understanding how and when to raise capital, trying to keep the partnership as small as you can so that, you know, it's really, you don't have 15 different investors and 15 hands in the pot, so to speak. So we always knew that we wanted to have it very small and controlled, make sure that, you know, the heart of it, which is Rick, always stays the heart of it, and no one can take his business away from him, right? That was very important to us. And I think when we first started talking about it, we could have gone out and raised a lot of money. I've got a great story. Rick went out to it was, I forgot the name of it. It was basically like a moonshine school, right? It was like you're learning how to make bourbon. Yeah, so he went out. It was like I think a 6-week program. I'm sorry, a 10-day program. And one of the final speakers, the guy got up and started speaking to the crowd, and he started his speech saying, if you don't have $1 million in cash sitting in your bank account right now, just get up and walk out of here because you're not going to open up the distillery.
Yeah.
And at this point, we already had the still in the back. We had the location you're in. We were just about to start manufacturing. So we had a distillery. We weren't open yet, but we were there. And we didn't have $1 million sitting in the bank. So Rick actually stood up and walked out of the room. And the guy who ran the whole event came into the lobby and said, Mr. Norman, what's wrong? He said, well,
no way.
$1 million in my bank. I should get up and walk out. He says, the funny thing is, I already have a distillery. So, you know, I just don't have $1 million. So,
that's hilarious.
So we've been very conscientious of making sure that we spend our money in the right place. We are primarily self-funded, both friends and family, you know, small family, friends and family seed rounds. And we're going to try to stay that way and really grow organically. And that's really the heart of it.
I think so far. I mean, I got Brian here. So this is my friend Brian. That's Daniel Strack over here. From your point of view, so I'd like, I like hearing from the feedback, right, from the people. Like, when did you first start coming here? I don't know. Can you hear him? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started coming here probably towards the beginning of summer.
Okay. So what was your first impression when you heard about the Garden State Distillery?
I was like, wow, Tom's River has a distillery. And then I found the location, and then I started coming here over summer with everything going on Fridays and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
They have like a night downtown. They have everything shut down. They have all the tables and stuff.
Yeah.
And when I came here, it was I was blown away by the whole entire thing. The distillery and this whole night in Tom's River or whatever the whole event is every Friday and Saturday night. Put a heartbeat back into Tom's River.
Yeah, like Dan.
Put the heartbeat back
I
into
shit
Tom's
you.
River.
I shit you not. Like like the
You come down here on a Friday, Saturday night, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people having a great time.
we're having a great
outside.
time, right?
It's basically it's what Tom's River's always needed.
And it's so funny because every time I tell people, like, no, when you come here, it doesn't feel like you're in Tom's River because we've been here for years, but we never hung out downtown, you know. And I remember you talking about this. Oh, we're going to be investing in this distillery. I'm just like, downtown, huh? I wonder how that's going to turn out. And it's one of those. The COVID actually.
Yeah.
The COVID actually was a benefit.
It almost helped us in a way because it
Definitely.
allowed us to sort of catch our breath and really pontificate over what are we going to do? Like really talk about it, vet it out. And now we're doing the same thing where we're open and we need to really expand our production in a meaningful way. So we've really sort of legged into this, and we've got a real plan to scale. But Tom's River has been exceptional.
Yeah.
So we thank the community, and it's great because we've got Capone's next door. We've got the brewery on the other side of us.
Yeah.
So it becomes a destination. You got to refresh your palate. You've got crave. You've got like a real destination down there, and I think that's just going to expand.
Yeah, I love it.
Everybody's blended into the whole seating outside, where every restaurant downtown you can get food from, and then you have the option to come to either the brewery or the distillery here, and you can get the drinks here. And they have the temporary permits for the drinking alcohol and everything outside.
Is this situation with the outdoors? Is this only something that's happening because of COVID, or do you think this is something that's going to be happening?
So I think there's going to be some of it that stays static in that sense, where you still have some ability to stay outside. I think they'll be more lenient about that. I think so. Yeah. I think particularly where we're at, we've gotten word from Tom's River that they've already accepted and approved having the outdoor dining and closing down the street on the weekends for next year after the winter. So we look forward to that. And there's still rumor right now. It's not official, but there's rumor that they're going to do it full time, because that little stretch of road there, if you cobblestone that over, that becomes a really interesting destination for folks. And I think that the town needs it. So far so good. So we hope that we can keep moving along those lines.
That's awesome. So I love that you have this as your template for going for different places. Do you have another location already kind of in mind, or is it top secret right now?
No. Because I'm in New York State, I have a feeling that's going to wind up being the next state that we do.
Oh, wow.
But we're really super focused on Tom's River right now and making sure that we can satisfy. We have a couple of things that we can't talk about in the pipeline on the distribution side, which hopefully in about a month we'll be able to share.
That's great.
That's going to be really interesting. So we're super focused on expanding our production capability, and what we've learned, what we've learned from doing it the way we've done it, it's only going to help us when we open our second and third location. So, we have a lot of other distilleries that you go in and you see these beautiful Vendome stills and the unbelievable equipment. Like a Vendome still costs $250,000, $300,000. That was our original budget for our entire build out, including stills. So we did it sort of, I don't want to say on the cheap, but we did it very frugally. The beautiful room that you're sitting in right now, thank you to Rick and the Norman family, because quite frankly, friends and family are the ones that put that place together, literally. And the ideas for the creative design, the it takes a village statement is no exaggeration at Garden State Distillery, because it has been friends and family all the way putting that thing together. And I couldn't be more proud of Rick, my partner, and everybody who's helped us out with that, because it's been something special.
Yeah, he's definitely great. So another question, because I know most of the revenue stream right now, obviously, is at the venue itself. Are you also thinking of the retail aspect of doing wholesale and all that stuff at the local liquor stores and stuff like that?
Absolutely. So we're in a handful of buy rights right now, and really the only reason we haven't expanded much more than that is strictly due to production limits. For us, we really need to expand our production capability so that we can both service Tom's River location, but also our distribution network. And that is priority number one, to make sure that we can get out there and get bottles in the local liquor stores and local bars and restaurants, Really, we'll lead with our Brick Tucky bourbon and vodka, but we'll be pushing those other products right behind it.
Yeah. Now, are you going to be trying to keep the specific theme for all of your as you scale, or is this just like, are you going to cater specifically like, well, this town is more this, so let's make it this type of environment?
Yeah, no, I think there's nothing necessarily inside the Garden State Distillery Toms River that is like specifically Jersey, I would say, right? It's got a really cool feel to it, really cool feel to it, really cool vibe. We'll
and this will make it everywhere.
Yeah,
this type of environment.
I think there will be some similar aspects that we definitely carry over, and then as we sort of grow into it, we'll be able to have some hyper local sort of flair and add to it.
It has that homegrown feel to it.
Yeah, definitely the wooden feel.
Yeah, and that piece we want to stay true to. When Rick and I first started this, it's funny, one of my Facebook memories popped up on my photos or whatever from 2 years ago when Rick and I we were actually sitting in the Asbury Park Distillery, really doing reconnaissance work. And about 2.5, 3 years ago, we went out and visited a number of farms because we said, we would love to be able to have really be somewhat vertically integrated where we can grow our own corn, distill it right there, have a tasting room, do events. And we started looking at 4 farms, and we got really close to potentially purchasing one. And I remember walking out of a meeting with Rick, and I said, Rick, look at your hands. I said, turn them over. I said, we're not farmers, Rick. so let's stick to the production. Let's leave the farming to the farmers. But I do think that aspirationally, we do want to buy a farm. We do want to grow some of our production on that farm because we can do some really incredibly special things if we can own it from the beginning to the end. We're definitely going to work with local farmers in Jersey to grow specific types of corn for specific products. And then we can do some other neat, interesting things. So I see us expanding in Jersey besides the state-to-state template. I see us having a second or third location in Jersey. And one of those locations will likely be on some type of parcel of land that we can farm on, have big private events at, and really, bring in really a different type of atmosphere, but that same homegrown sort of feeling.
Yeah, I think it's really awesome what you guys are doing here. It's definitely a great vibe. Like, I mean, we're locals down here, so it's been really cool what you guys have kind of created downtown. Like, when you go to different areas, different states, like downtown, people always say like, oh, where are you going tonight? Oh, I'm going to go downtown or whatever. But we live by the shore, so that was your competition. That's a tough competition, And I think that was the benefit of COVID. It was just like, it just took out your competition and you guys stuck out like big time.
Yeah, we'll see how it follows through. I think you always see the seasonality of even like a town like Red Bank when the beaches are crowded, Red Bank gets empty, and then as people are coming back from the beach, Red Bank is full, and Toms River is no different. But the town is doing a lot of things to help that too, right? They haven't implemented this because of COVID, but there was a lot of talk about running shuttles back and forth to the beach into downtown Toms River.
Wow,
so,
really?
If they start that sort of chatter again, that could be really, really interesting for Toms River because you're not far from the beach, obviously there. But you're not on the beach, right? So I think things like that are going to be really interesting to see how Toms River sort of grows into this.
Wow.
Also, the whole momentum of breweries, distilleries, everything's changed. Everybody wants that homegrown stuff. Nobody wants the big box stuff. Everybody appreciates the detail.
That loyalty to the community.
When you go into this distillery here and you see the guys that are making your products, and those are the same people that are selling them, people feel a lot better when they're buying it rather than, oh, I'm just buying another bottle of this, another bottle of that from a big box store.
Right.
When you can actually go in the back here, see how it's made, and then you're grabbing one of those bottles that were just made.
It's going right back to the community.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's definitely that homegrown momentum shift of people wanting to be here, and they appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Because they want something new, something different, and especially with Toms River and the way that it has, nobody in the past actually really caught on here. You always see stores starting up, and then you see stores closing down. But recently, in the last couple of years, when people are starting their stores here, they're staying. And then a lot more people are coming down here, and it's a lot more accessible now. And it's great that the town's working with everybody, and this is what they want, and they actually see that creative people, and it's not turning into where they think it's going to be like a seaside or something. It's turning into a Red Bank. It's turning into a nice part of Asbury and stuff like that. So it's definitely bringing more people down here. And I just think over the summer, I've just seen a huge momentum shift of people going from the beaches, the bars on the boardwalk, and guess what? Hey, we're gonna go somewhere closer. We're gonna go to Tom's River. We're gonna go downtown because you do have the options of different restaurants. You're not just eating pizza. You got the full Italian place of Capone's, and you have all the other restaurants here, and it's a beautiful thing. Just seeing everybody decide they want to start coming down here, and it just builds, and then more people tell other people, and then next thing you know, you have everybody here.
Yeah. Can you hear him okay?
He's a little. I hear you much better than I hear him.
Okay, so yeah, make sure you talk towards this thing.
Oh,
yeah, we have to share this because still, I didn't expect to be,
I like whispering Jack's here right here.
Yeah, there you go. Nice and romantic. It's called bromance, people. A little romantic, a little Brokeback Mountain over here.
That didn't happen camping. That didn't happen camping.
Is that camping experience? So, as you know, we're down here for Start Day One, the nonprofit. What do you think so far, like all the things that we're trying to do with, Start Day One and trying to be more proactive with mental health and suicide prevention?
Yeah, look, I think what you guys are doing is incredibly commendable. And, one of obviously your differentiators is not about the hotline of when you're at the edge there and you need help at that last moment. It's like it's too late. And I think that it's a mindset for everybody. It's a mindset for me. It's a mindset for you. It's a mindset who don't necessarily have that that negative thought in your head right now, but rather go out there and do it, right? I spent 22 years on Wall Street at Goldman Sachs primarily, and that I'm in a very different world, and part of it is the same sort of philosophy that you have, I think, Jack, in the sense that just go out and do it. Be happy. If you're not enjoying what you're doing every day, you got to make a change. You got to do something different. Don't let it get to that point, because there's only one life. You've got your friends, you've got your family, and you need to make the best of it every single day. And and I've been really lucky in the sense that I was let go actually from Goldman Sachs a number of years ago in 2016. And it's not lost on me that I was very grateful and appreciative that I get to go home and sit down and not panic and figure out what I want to be when I grow up. And, now every day the distillery, the stuff you see behind me, the little restaurant in Red Bank, Johnny Porkroll, we've got Reward Jet, a small business platform that we've been working hard on. This is stuff that it's enjoyable, it's impactful, it makes a difference, and I think that's the way you need to think. And I think at the heart, that's really what Start Day One's all about. And I commend it. I think it's exceptional.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for that. Like, it's really been, I'm so glad you became part of it. And this was coincidental, right? All of a sudden, we're like seeing like these mutual businesses kind of coming together, and now we're doing a thing here. Your wife Renee is the board of directors on Start Day One. It was just like all coincidental. It wasn't like, hey, by the way, did you know that one of the investors, a partner, is part of Start Day One? It was just like, hey, let's do this. And then we're just like, oh, wait a minute, Dan's part. Oh my God, we're all working together.
It's a nice way how things sort of fall together. And Rick and I met across the bar. And I was a consumer, and he was my bartender. And I couldn't be happier with a different partner than Rick. And this sort of stuff it all just sort of organically makes its way. For example, we have. If there's smoking drinks in there today, using the smoker, a lot of that stuff that's being smoked there is actually all hemp. So there's hemp being smoked into the drinks, infused into the drinks. So we're sort of having some cross-pollination between our hemp farm business and the distillery, which is a ton of fun. Some of our hemp and actually use it in the botanical bag in gin, like we start gins. So we've got a lot of neat plans about sort of that cross-pollination.
That's amazing.
It's great when this stuff just organically happens. You don't force it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And when it does work, that comes out to be best.
Wow, yeah, that's amazing, dude. There's so much. It's so great to learn so much more. So, what do you think? What's the next step as far as the Garden State Distillery? Is there something like what's the next milestone that you're hoping to, or what you're looking at? Like, you
Yep,
know?
yep. So I look at it as there's three more, well, not three more, but there's three big sort of hurdles for us to get over. Number one, our biggest priority right now is increasing our capacity for production so that we can really have a meaningful distribution. That's definitely number one. Number two is expanding location-wise, both potentially in New Jersey and then external to New Jersey. And then, we've always had this idea of having a much deeper digital footprint in the sense that this sort of consumer audit trail, if you will, of understanding where the ingredients are coming from, who made it, what farm was this corn grown at that's in this bottle of vodka right now, that sort of thing. We really want to put a sort of digital audit trail together for that. And it's been something from the beginning that we've always talked about. But obviously, as you know, it takes investment, and you got to crawl, walk, run. So now we're kind of walking, and once we can sort of hit our stride on the capacity side, then I think we're going to really dig in our heels and really come up with a consumer-facing, consumer digital audit trail that will allow folks to understand where the product is made, how it's made, where the ingredients come from, show provenance, show proof that that's actually where it came from. And then really what that becomes is a consumer rewards program where there's a loyalty component to that, where people can either get there's certain laws that we have for distribution, as far as discounts and things like that you can't really do, but we can do certain things that give certain benefits and awards or rewards, I should say, to our customers. So we've got a lot of great ideas. A few of them we'll be hearing about hopefully within the next 4 or 5 weeks, and we're excited to move forward and continue to expand.
Yeah, so I'm sensing a little blockchain integration with tracking there, where the things are coming from.
So that's exactly where I was going at, and I guess we don't.
Buddy.
We don't need to necessarily implement it on blockchain, but I love the idea of verification. Data.
You know exactly where it came from, and
you want to take the farmer. You want to be able to highlight that farmer with
exactly
video content, audio content.
Exactly.
The farmer verifies that, hey, yes, that corn came from me. I dropped it off. Bing, check the box. It's supply chain management that this stuff has really been used for so far. And we'll use it for supply chain management as well, but it has never been really faced to the consumer. So we're thinking about that platform, both in the context of the hemp farm with our CBD products, but also certainly with the products from Garden State Distillery. So we're close to pulling the money together and pulling the developers together to really start the building blocks of that platform. So once we have our production capacity issues solved, then that'll probably be one of the next real focus items.
Are you guys also playing with the idea of like franchising, like hyper-local distilleries?
Yeah, so I don't think we'll ever be a true franchise. I think we'll wind up partnering with people who can run it locally. So never say never. I don't see us selling a franchise. I do see us partnering and owning part of that process with them, because we don't want people going rogue, right? We want to understand exactly what's happening. It's got to stay core to our values. And that might translate into a franchise one day, but I think right now we want to be more involved than just handing it off to a franchisee.
Yeah, because basically, after you learn everything you learn from the Garden State Distillery, you can supply basically the back end of every hyper-local distillery if they wanted to have one, right?
Yeah. So, I think we're going to wind up being a little bit differentiated both by, our hyper-local, making sure that we're doing it from grain to glass, right? And a lot of folks don't do that because, quite frankly, it costs more. It's harder work. The bottle is more expensive than some of our peers, but I think people understand why. And that's where the digital footprint piece comes in, because we really need to prove that and make sure we keep ourselves honest with that. There's a lot of folks who say they're local, that they're working with local farmers and they only do things in Jersey, but they're not, because there's really nobody developing grain neutral spirits in Jersey. So, and that's where most folks are buying from Pennsylvania. I think there's one place in Jersey, but it's but they're not using necessarily corn from New Jersey. So we want to really support local farmers and stay true to it and make sure that we can prove every path of that audit trail to the end consumer, so they understand that we take this very seriously, and we want to replicate that in other markets where it's applicable. And New York State, I think, I'm biased right now because I'm up here, but I look around and I see a lot of farmers who need a new cash crop, which is why we're in the hemp business, but they also need new consumers. They need new customers. So, and we can help satisfy some of that. So I look forward to trying to find the right location, either upstate here or even, closer downstate, and really replicating that same model once we perfect it in New Jersey.
Yeah, because what's attractive about it, what you've learned, I mean, that's going to be so valuable. It's going to just make it so much more cost effective for anyone to start at a hyper local level. Like just partnering with you alone, you're going to know the POS system to use, this, that, like you're just going to know everything that's entailed, the cost. So it's almost like either you start on your own or you just go partner with, Dan and the crew here, and then start your own hyper local. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and I think that there will be some things that carry over from a branding perspective, so folks know it's the same sort of parent brand. And when you do it in New York, one of the interesting things is when you think about a Jack Daniels or even a High West, these other products that are out there, they spend a ton of money and a lot of effort in making sure their products are always the same. Their consistency has to be the same. When I buy a bottle of Jack, it's got to taste the same as the last bottle of Jack. We kind of don't. We have the luxury of not having to do that, right?
That's right.
New Jersey, our New Jersey whiskey is going to taste different than New York. Why? Because we're using different ingredients, grown with different soil, grown in different climate. So, as you go from one state to the other, it's going to have some micro changes that are going to impact the taste ultimately.
I love the business model. I think it's awesome. People might want to just start trying. You have the parent company and then trying different brands, I guess. Like, let me try the New York one, or let me try the North Carolina one. And
that's right.
I think it's going to be awesome when you combine everything and consolidate all that.
One of our big things was, we've got some friends in the business who are really working to try to do a national brand, and we were trying to figure out how to work together. And it was a little bit counter to what we were saying, because we're not sitting in Tom's River trying to create a national brand. As a matter of fact, if I don't sell a bottle of vodka outside of New Jersey, that's A-okay, because I'm going to open up one in New York and one in Pennsylvania, and it's going to service that. And we don't have the ability to distribute that big, and we want to stay this way. And when we think about it from a true investor perspective, because you always have to think about, all right, what's my exit plan, right? Like at some point as an investor, you might run a business for the rest of your life, and that's great. You're involved in it. But at some point, you got to monetize it for retirement or whatever your next stage of your life is going to be. And for us, we feel like if we can have 5, 6, 7 of these locations in 5 or 6, 7 states, that becomes almost like a national brand. And now you can be actually looked at from these big boys as a buyout target. And that's not really our plan right now. It's not our goal. We're not thinking that way. But when I think about it with my Wall Street background, that's kind of how you have to think about it. Whether you want to sell or not to the big guys, that becomes a high quality problem to have, right? Just like Tito's did, right? Tito's has been, tried to be bought over and over and over again. And the guy just says, no, I don't want to. But that gives you a lot of cachet when you're sitting in that seat. And you also know how to value your company better when someone else puts a price tag on it for you. Did I lose you guys?
Back here, take this off. Let's see if you can actually still hear us. Can you guys hear us? Whoever's out there? I just want to make sure. looks like the mics are back on. I'm not sure what happened to Daniel. Just kind of took them out. Looks like someone's hearing us. Let's see. Can't hear. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You can't hear us? So that's not good. Yeah, working on here. So I'm not sure why it's not working.
Thank you.
Oh, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now?
Can you hear me now?
How about now? Oh, maybe because I had to take this out. Now we don't have to be romantic.
There you go.
Can you guys hear us okay? Anyone that's out there? I'm not sure. Let's see where we're at with this. Oh, now I can. Awesome. So I'm glad they can hear us. So let's see where we're going with our fundraising here. So it looks like we've been at 527. Kristen had to leave because she's tending to our puppies right now. So it kind of paused with people donating on the table here. We weren't able to kind of go to the people while we were on the thing.
Here's a donation.
Oh, look at that. So we're getting another donation. So we're going to add that on. So everyone that's out there, come by. Check out the Garden State Distillery. It's awesome down here. It'd be freaking great. So we're getting a lot of donations so far, and the night has just begun, which is so freaking rad. And then we got Brian Volk that just added another $100. So let's see where we're at. Go over here, and let's see. Boom. Refresh. Hey, it's 27. That's what's up. That's what's up.
High five.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So look at that. So everyone that's out there, please check us out. Come by the Garden State Distillery. We are having a great time right now. So they're already starting to get the stuff outside. Actually, I'm going to connect this thing so I can actually show you guys what's going on the other side. Or outside, actually. Some great drinks here. What did you try? Can I get a brother a drink or something?
Yeah, let's go get the drink.
Hold on, let me not sure what's going on with my phone over here.
Over here.
Over here.
Right here.
So what I'm doing is I'm trying to show another screen so you can kind of see what's going on other than what you're seeing here, so we can show you what's happening. Hold on. Let me just open this up. And boom. Hear my phone?
It is.
So come by, check us out. We are here all night. Text GSD to 44321 to donate towards Start Day 1. It's a nonprofit foundation for mental health and suicide prevention. It would be really awesome if you guys can come support us. Let's see. We want to put this as mobile. The mobile. We'll call it the mobile. Look. I don't know what should I call this one. The mobile. Mobile video. I don't know what to freaking call it. We'll go here. Boom. Enter the broadcast video, and now you get to see what is happening out here. Oh, hold on. There you go. Get that mic out. So you can see out here. Let me just, I gotta, how do I?
There you go. I muted your mic.
So you can see out there, tables are starting to get set up. Let me go this way, it's much better. So they're gonna set up tables out there. They're already setting it up, as you can see. And then there's already people hanging out here. You can see that. What's up? Really cool what's happening. All the support that we're getting over here. There's Brian. Different look, different angle.
We got that wide angle.
So it's starting to go, hey, what's going on over there? I don't know if I can zoom. I can't zoom in. Huh? I can only kind of show you what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. We got all of our stuff over here. Brian's gonna bring you around.
Uh-oh, hang on.
I wonder if we can still hear you while you're roaming around. As long as this has a direct link to your microphone, we should be able to hear you. So he's gonna go around, take us around real quick.
Mike, do I got any feedback?
We'll say hello over there. That's what's going on in here. So we're gonna.
I usually set up in this area.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I was hoping to cake. The cake?
Yeah, so I think we're gonna be moving that.
Behind the
I gotta
scenes.
talk to Rick what his plan
Hello.
is. So that she's here with the karaoke thing.
Awesome.
So we're gonna be doing
Hello.
karaoke here, by the way. So she's responsible for that.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
So if you got some singing voice, you should definitely come out here, check it out. It's gonna be a fun time. I want to see. You
got a balloon?
Like Garden State Distillery idol.
Uh-oh.
You know, that would
Yeah.
be so sick. We should be the judges. We should be the judges.
Actually, we're having a contest tonight.
Ooh.
Like a what contest?
Yes, we're having a karaoke contest tonight. I work in a chocolate shop, so
Oh wow!
we're gonna pick the best singer tonight.
So
And we're gonna win
Like a
the
little
basket of
Willy,
chocolate.
little Willy Wonka kind of
We're
thing.
actually doing a karaoke.
Come with me and you'll see.
There's gonna be a contest going on over here. What does the winner get when they?
Well, I made up a basket from my chocolate shop, and
Oh, so
we're gonna win
there's-
chocolate tonight from John Deere Chocolate.
So that's awesome.
Oh my God!
Yes.
I'll
So
put you on the spot.
we're gonna have some chocolate going on. You need a nice little basket. Actually, here, put this up so they can hear you.
We're gonna go home in like 2 minutes, okay?
Sounds good. So is it safe to take off my mask?
Yeah, I think so. It should be okay. We're like by the window here, just to let you guys know. So we're kind of safe.
Awesome. Hello, everybody.
So, tell everyone over here.
I'm
like,
Sherry
where-
Karaoke. So we're going to be starting karaoke at 7 o'clock, and we're going on till 10:30.
Nice.
And we're going to have a karaoke contest tonight.
Awesome. There you go. You're on.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. So she's doing a little karaoke thing going on over here. So yeah, please explain again what's going on before I cut you off.
So I will be doing karaoke tonight. I'm Sherry Karaoke. Sherry Lynn. You can check me out on Facebook if you want to check out my events. We're actually doing a karaoke contest tonight
Yeah.
for the best singer, and whoever wins will win a basket of chocolate from a chocolate shop that I work
Oh,
in
that's
Allenwood, and it's
awesome.
called John Pierre Chocolat. And
Oh,
it's-
no way. With your Jean Pierre. No way.
Do you know John Pierre?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, we do. JP, that's what's up. That's awesome.
What is your name?
I'm Jack.
Hi, Jack. Nice
Yeah,
to meet
she
you.
knows my wife, Kristen.
Excellent.
What's
Yes.
the website?
John Pierre Chocolat.
John.
Yes, that's his website. So you can check it out. If
Oh, wait. What's the
we're more wholesale than retail, so you can
Yeah.
shop right online onto the website. And
the website is John Pierre
JEAN
JAN.
PIERRE
Yep.
Chocolat without the E at the end.
Yep.
.com.
There we go.
It's amazing.
And so we're gonna.
We sell
amazing.
baskets,
It's freaking
truffle
not,
boxes.
it's not right. Like
It's amazing.
so good.
So the winner is going to win a mini chocolate basket
Where's that
from the
basket?
shop.
Is it here?
Would you mind going to get
Yeah,
the?
let's check out that basket.
It's really nice. It's got a John Pierre bar in it. It's got the
Right.
amazing bar in it. It's got a truffle box in it.
Oh,
All
yeah.
assorted truffles in it. Milk and dark chocolate. It's really
That's
nice.
awesome.
And
Check out the
here
basket.
is the basket.
That's
The chocolate
awesome.
is amazing.
No, like it's really amazing.
It really is.
I don't
it's
really get
delicious.
addicted to shit.
So there you
but
go.
Man, this chocolate is no joke. It is
Taking the
so
gum out of
good.
my mouth. It's kind of rude that I'm chewing gum in my mouth. But
That's okay. So when does the karaoke start?
So the karaoke is going from 7 o'clock to 10:30.
Okay.
And then we'll see how it goes. I mean, if it's, going
Awesome.
really good, maybe we'll go a little bit over if we're allowed to.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's from 7 o'clock to 10:30 tonight.
Okay, cool.
So
you guys are going to be seeing some karaoke happening in.
And just to let everybody know that I will be, we will be wiping off the microphones after each singer. We have microphone covers, Clorox wipes.
Awesome.
So there's no worries. It's going to be nice and clean and safe.
Awesome.
And
that's really cool.
That's what it's all about. So we're looking forward to the singers tonight.
Yeah. So it's coming up soon. It's already almost 6.
It is.
So when they come up here, you guys definitely, if you guys can sing, definitely check us out. Come on down.
Awesome.
It's gonna be awesome down here.
And Jack, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
What is your name? Brian, it was nice meeting you too.
Yeah.
And I will be over here, and then
we're gonna be shifting,
and then we're gonna be shifting stuff around. So we'll be ready.
Yeah, thank you.
It was nice meeting you. All right, have a great night.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
All good. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. So yeah, they're gonna be doing some karaoke over here. I'm gonna shift a little bit. Let's go over here so we can kind of take that. We can kind of show people what's going on behind us. So you guys don't have to stare at that the whole time. to get you guys to roam around.
Okay.
We're going to show you guys the bar a little bit more. We're going to go sit at the bar. So we'll be right back here. Let's see. I'm going to have to disconnect some shit real quick. Let's see what we can do. All right, hold on. See if I can disconnect things. And we can roam around a little bit. So all I need to do is disconnect this one. This one. So that one's going to go off.
With the lag in the TV?
The lag? Oh, I know. We're still over here. So this one's going to put here. Yeah, I can actually roam around with this thing. Oh, but I can't see. Oh, where's the other? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, so we can see what's going on. All right, sorry about that. What should we say about it?
What do you want me to connect?
What's that?
Do you want me to hold? What do you want me to hold?
I want to sit at the bar, I think, and chill out. I'm going to show you guys what's going on behind the scenes over there. Let's go by. Oh, that's so funny. All right, we're going to go up to the bar. We'll visit.
But you,
Visit the crew.
How we doing tonight, everybody? Welcome to Garden State Distillery.
That's right. What happens here? There, I guess. So Brian and I are gonna chill in the bar and just chill. Actually, it's probably better computer on this side. I'll put the mic on that side. Magic. There we go. Garden State Distillery happening. My boy Brian. What up? There we go. So you guys keep them busy. So we should get it. You know what? I'm gonna order this drink. It's really cool. They smoke it up for you. Yeah, this thing right here. So we definitely gotta get that. I'm thinking. I wonder.
what are you thinking?
We should stop this one and do another live to make a new one. So I think we're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll go back on in a little bit. Stay tuned. There's one. I have to go to the bathroom. That's one. But two, I want to make. I want to order a drink, and you'll actually be able to see how they make it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So cool. And here's one of the guys right here.
Hey, everybody.
Representative, you know. That's it. So I'm gonna leave. I guess we'll be right back. So we're gonna broadcast
Short break.
back again. We're gonna do a quick break, and I think we'll just do a whole new broadcast again. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned at 6 o'clock. See you later.